Headphones versus speakers. Which should you be using? Now, I would always say, and this is me as well. What I personally do, I never work on headphones. I use headphones for referencing. I use headphones to monitor the binaural playback, things like that. I use them to reference. That's about as far as headphones go. I will not sit with a pair of headphones on for a long period of time. I did this when I was very young. I was living in a flat, and come 11 o'clock, kind of, you had to, 10, 11 o'clock, you had to turn the music down, kind of thing. Not annoy the neighbours. That's not an issue now, but back then, I then would swap from monitoring with my speakers to then putting a pair of headphones on, and I would find ear fatigue would pretty much instantly set in. I speak to people on a regular basis regarding headphones, and I say to them a lot of the time is that when you're listening on headphones and you're mixing a track or you're producing a track and you've got headphones on, you then comes to the morning, you've been working on it all night, you got your monitors on, you press play and you go, what is that? And I'm sure if you've worked on headphones all night and then done that exact same thing, listened to your track the next day, you will have experienced that. And I think this comes down to a lot of the time with headphones, they're not as accurate as speakers. They're not, over a period of time, your brain, I feel like your brain kind of gets used to what you're hearing in the headphones, which isn't accurate, and then you start to think it's right and it's wrong, and it opens a whole can of worms. You're never gonna get as good. I mean, like, put it this way, I've got really nice headphones down there. I've got all these LCDXs. They're really good headphones, really comfortable, really give a kind of an accurate sound. I've got them tuned them so that they're pretty much bang on with the room. And I wouldn't trust them. And I could tell you now that if I was to mix a track in headphones or mix in this room on speakers, headphones is going to be poor. It's just not going to be in any way the same quality. I totally get why people use headphones, because obviously you can't have music blaring out at all hours of the day. If you've got a family that are in the other room, you've got to turn it down a bit, you've got neighbours, things like that. I understand why people have to use headphones. But like 99% of the time, I can listen to people's songs and go, that was mixed on headphones. And it's generally because there's a lack of low end in a lot of headphone mixes. There's telltale signs, and you can really tell. And I send the email back, and when people, I say, look, you've got, like when we're mastering, we're going to have to increase the bass by, let's say, plus 6 dB or something like that. And I say, this is generally the case for songs that are mixed in using headphones. And 9 times out of 10, or 99% of the time, literally, pretty much everybody comes back and says, yeah, I mixed this track on headphones. So, right, with the, this is a prime example of what mixing on headphones is like. I mean, it's like if you've got speakers, and you can accurately kind of hear the low end a lot better than you can in the headphones. But if you've got speakers that hasn't got a sub, things like that, you can't really kind of accurately hear that full low end. You still have a similar kind of situation where you can't hear a full range, where you haven't got a sub. But that's even more heightened with headphones, because there's low mids, but there's no sub, or there's no kind of accuracy in that low end. Obviously, some speakers, some headphones different to others. And I even know this listening to all these headphones. I know full well that they're nowhere near as good as monitoring on speakers, albeit they're good, but they're nowhere near. And I can guarantee you I can mix in both, and the mix on the headphones will be poor in comparison to mixing on speakers. Another thing I would mention is that if you're going to sit there for 8 hours of a day mixing or producing a track on headphones, your ears are going to know about it over a period of time. Maybe not straight away, but your ears are really going to get messed up. And using headphones over short periods of time, it's cool. There's nothing really wrong with having a pair of headphones on and just kind of going right, referencing for half an hour, 20 minutes. It's just having on headphones, then giving your ears a rest. If you're going 8 hours, and I've seen people go 8 hours and their hearing is messed up, it is directly into the ear from close range. It's even the thought of doing that to my ears makes me cringe. So if you're a professional and your livelihood depends on your ears, try and get away from headphone use for long periods of time. I'm sure there's studies on this that you can look at that will confirm. But I know myself that when I used to wear headphones for long periods of time, I heard an increased ringing in my ears. I heard, I had this like cold sensation in my ears. Thankfully it's I'm all good now. But like when I was young in my teens, wearing headphones constantly, it's not good. Honestly, it's not good. So yeah, just bear that in mind. But if you can, obviously use speakers, because they're going to get you a better sound. Headphones just no matter how good the headphones are, I would never ever favor putting a pair of headphones on than listening to a pair of monitors. Yeah, and that's my opinion on the whole headphones versus speakers debate.